All right, I want to do a little bit of warm up before I continue on. I took a couple days off because I'm working on other things, but my goal for this channel is not necessarily to upload every single day, but try to upload as frequently as possible because it's also keeping me on task with playing as much as possible, right? Let's get another game in. Remember, I want to try to stay consistent, try to take my time, try to consider the options I have, and actually try to read. Again, as I said before, at the lower ranks, it can be sometimes harder to do that. And as you get to the higher ranks, it'll be a little bit easier to follow these things. So these are the goals for the lower ranks here. Let's get going again.
Start to play.
All right, I am black. Let's see if they let me play here or not. Well, looks like they are going to. I'm going to do this territorial style because that is what I'm practicing right now. It just is kind of like a comfortable way of playing more so than anything else. And because just getting this territory, or so much of this territory at the beginning of the game, makes the game a little bit easier to think about. Well, also some things are a little bit more annoying to think about. I don't need to spend time on the Joseki moves themselves. I just want to spend time on the bigger decisions. So here I could actually play h17 right away to threaten to invade my opponent's position. But I don't think that's very important right now because they played low. I don't think it matters as much. So I'm going to approach the bottom left. That's sort of like a secondary direction of expansion from this corner. It's a flat way to expand, but it is a second option. So I'll start with that one. Attaching on top is a bit unusual here. So I have two sort of standard options here, is the Hane or the extend. If I extend, I'm potentially getting some of the left side still and the corner. It's not too different if I decide to do it this way. So I think I will extend because this is kind of an interesting way to play here. Sort of like I took the corner. Oh. Can I Hane? It's a little bit annoying, so I'll just extend down. And then I could jump if I really want the left side. But I don't really think that's too necessary. I think I'm actually just going to extend down again. Yep. And I will turn here, potentially. Yeah, I will turn at least one time. Just make sure my group is alive. And now we can split the bottom side in some way. I think I will just split it here. Because if they push me towards the wall, I have this peep and clamp and jump to make it a very strong position overall. And so I think I like this idea. So let's try it. The only thing I'm not sure of is if I do actually want the jump or if I want the extend. If I jump, there's a peep here, and it's somewhat annoying. But I get a little bit more of an attack on my opponent's area. Where the extend is just the stronger way to play, so that my group is likely more alive. Yeah, I'll just extend for now. I'm going to respect my opponent's thickness. If they didn't already have this turn at c7, I might have decided to jump instead. Because the turn here gives them a significant advantage locally. And so I do want to focus on that. This is a good move. So I think I'm just going to jump out again. Is my group even in danger anymore? I guess we don't really want to be surrounded too easily. I kind of want to play this one, but I feel like they have a good move to hurt me. So something over here is like a way to clean up the group, and something over here is a way to try to get out. Let's just clean up the group. See if it's alive. We'll jump here to separate. This also makes my group very strong, so I'm very happy to do that one. And I think my group is basically just alive at this point. I think we can just go and take the corner now. Pushing that way. Okay. I'll just extend. This is sort of a normal way to do it. I'm already alive. I can even push up here to get rid of some of the Aji. And I'm kind of already strong here. But it could be good to make sure that they don't have any good forcing moves. And now I still have a peep and clamp over here. So I feel pretty okay with that. Do I even need another move? Honestly, I'm not sure I even need another move. I will play one more because it's hard to read. So I will do this one. Okay. It's not really a Sente move, but they are threatening to build a lot. So let's just reduce it from the start. Yep, jump up. We can jump off to the side here. And it looks like we can probably live fairly easily in this area. So let's see what they decide to do. Just trying to get a little bit of extra shape here. And so now this cut is something they have to worry about. And I can just run away now. So I got a little bit of extra shape. I think those forcing moves were useful. I actually don't know why they're still crawling. So I'll just jump again. Because controlling the center in general is going to be useful for me. They just don't really have any points anywhere. And they're still playing another move that doesn't really seem to do anything. But I will play once more here. And then if they go to a target or do something special, I get a little bit of shape here. So this is like a really flexible position. So I don't mind that. It looks kind of possible for me to just play away now. So I guess I can play the big move on top. This is sort of just a probing move for the corner. If I back off, they get to Hane and crawl underneath, which is not too big of a deal. If I Hane, they have crosscut. And the idea would be Atari and push. 9, 8, get something over here.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Sure. If they want the corner, they can take the corner. It's not a really big group. So I'm very happy with it. Oh, you don't turn this way because it's not alive anymore. Now it's actually a ko instead of being alive, which is not good. So something that seems kind of important actually is the idea of pressing this group down because it's also going and slightly connecting to my weak group. So I like this idea. This is just not important at all. So we can go back over to the other side here and build a little bit more, which is nice. And they're doing something else that's not really that important, so it's cool. So do we want to go into the top side here?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I guess we can just press it down. This will give us a little bit of strength here. And I'll even pull back here to make sure everything's connected to some extent. Because then my group is very strong. Okay. I just pull back to make sure this stone is strong. That peep is helping me more than it's helping him. I don't really have any good co-threats against his stones, do I?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I guess we can throw in over here and start the co. If they didn't play the turn, there just wasn't a co to begin with, so this is already much better. And so I was thinking, the thing I kind of want to do is I just kind of want to capture this stone. So what's the best way to do it? Like this one? If he doesn't respond, I play here, and that feels really strong.
9, 8.
So maybe just the attachment could be like the strong way, because it'll probably have better follow-ups. Okay. So then we can just extend here and be pretty happy. If he attaches, we do this one. I guess Hane is going to be better. Okay, pull back. Maybe save that, and I got all my points here, so I feel pretty good about that. All right. So we want just normal in-game stuff, so like Hane and do stuff here in general. I want to play the Hane first because I feel like there's more possibility of something being annoying. I don't have to answer that one, but I will. I think that's actually pretty big. My connection is much, much stronger now, so that's why I want to answer. So this one here, I'm still just doing this, I think. I think that was still all I was going to do. But now my group's 100% alive, so don't have to worry about anything there. Can I do this one still? I think I don't need to worry about it. We can just play big moves.
9,
Just like this diagonal's big. Probably play something over here in general to make sure there's no way to cut off any of these stones. That looks good. Yep, these stones are all connected and alive, so nothing to really worry about here. And we can capture this stone, so I feel really good about that. If I block here, they Atari and then capture, so we just pull back. Even if they Atari and capture, that's not really that big of a deal. So I'll just capture the stone directly. Yep, I'm alive now because I captured this stone. We will connect here to make sure it's not a false eye. Because all we needed for this group was life, not necessarily a lot of points. I think I will just capture because there is still Aji here that he has to be worried about. Okay, very good. We can at least get this move for free. And there was sort of no problems here. So we just need some more big moves somewhere. Man, I don't really think that's too big, honestly.
8,
Just something over here to make it hard for them to get any points. Okay. He's allowed to do that if he really wants to. And I just live here in the corner. Okay. I want to do this Atari earlier and then extend because it gives me a nice shape here. It's kind of an interesting move. I guess he can do that for like a co shape, or he doesn't want to. Then I can connect up this stone, which feels okay. And all right, this all looks fine. As a lot of Aji here, but it seems like there's not too much that I can really do about it. So I'm just going to fix my shape here in the center. Because there was a possibility of playing this move, threatening to do a snapback, threatening a bunch of peeping moves, that sort of stuff. So I wanted to get rid of that entirely. And we can just play some basic moves here. Yeah, he can capture a stone if he really wants to, but it doesn't really do much. This is all about the connection. This isn't about anything else. So is that now the biggest move on the board, or is it still better to prevent like the Hane here? For example, this would be fairly big. Even this one here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I guess this one is hard to say if it's actually
2
worth doing.
Yo-yomis left.
So probably just this Hane is bigger. A reverse Sente. Yep. There's no weakness in my stones. It was just a point. We can jump here, which is the move I wanted anyway, so I feel good about that. There weren't any points here for me.
Yo-yomi now
I just
starts.
don't want him to connect up, basically. If he really wants to connect on the first line, I guess that's not that big of a deal. Let's see what he does. I'm just going to do some basic moves and sort of simplify the game at this point. Okay. So if I do this one, nothing happens? Okay. So if we can get this Hane. I believe this is actually Sente for sure. And we can maybe just... this isn't really a big move, if I'm honest. But I guess blocking here is going to be useful in general, so I'll block here. Yep, connect. I couldn't really do anything to this area, so it didn't matter too much. But there are technically cuts and stuff if
9,
he does this
8,
this Hane,
7,
so
6,
let's just do this one. And then we can Atari here and get rid of any sort of Aji that could be in this area. Yep, just connect. Just connect. So I guess we get the stone over here, or at least the position over here. Feels okay. This capture is really nice. He still has to go down to prevent me from connecting up. And now his group is dead. Not quite dead, I guess. So we can go here. And then I think there is something over here that I can do. So let's see. Because there is this one here. There is this here with this cut. There's this here. I think we can maybe do something on this side here to do something. But yeah, I guess maybe it's too much. Maybe it is just too much.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So we'll just do this
4.
for now. Let him capture and then just not care. Because we're already winning by too much anyway. That's one of the problems I have is when you're winning by too much, it just means that there's not much you can do about it. So there's this one here, which is a Sente move. And this one here is Sente at least. I know there's still some Aji with this position in general. So I have to be a little bit careful. But overall, should be fine. And there's no Aji here, just in game. So I guess we just play these small in-game moves. Sure, I'll answer. Just alive? This capture is just as big as that capture, if not bigger. So I may as well capture. Yep. We're almost done. I'm glad he's speeding up a little bit here. So we can do something over here, which is kind of fun. And just preventing him from pushing in is probably the next best sort of idea here. What about this one?
Nine, 8, 7, 6.
So let's do that one for now. Prevent him from pushing in. We can do it on the other side as well. No, we cannot count yet. The game is not over. There are still some moves left on the board. Yep. Do this one here. Try to highlight where he needs to play. There we go. Release push in here. This is also 1 point, and that's a point. Yep. Sure. Sure, we'll accept automatic counting. There we go. I won by a lot. It's still not over. He just wanted it over with, so he should have just resigned if he wanted it over with. But that's okay. So I'm not winning by like 100 points or 30 points or anything like that. I was just winning basically the entire time with no real problems. And as you can see, they did not even want to go to the end of the game. They have the Hanes and stuff left here. There's still technically a point here. They still need to connect here. The automatic counting probably worked for it, so it's fine. But I guess the only thing I really wanted to mention for this game is more so just how my opponent played. They just sort of gave me everything that I wanted, but they didn't really fight back in a very strong way. I probably should have played a slightly different move here, but I decided to just be very, very simple. Make sure my group's alive and play away. And they surrounded, and I'm not even sure I actually need another move, but I did play another move just in case. And now I'm for sure just alive. And now they have to try to make their influence matter to some extent. And it's extremely difficult to do that. As a matter of fact, I can just do the invasion directly. I don't even have to do the shoulder hit. The shoulder hit's just the easiest way, because I know they're going to keep wanting to make the center into something, so shoulder hitting to make it easier to handle. And then, yeah, the push here makes it a ko in the corner. If you do not push, it is no longer a ko. And so they're making some very basic mistakes. But I do see this sort of stuff at 3 Don, so it's fine. And yeah, so I was able to use that ko to get a bunch of points in the center. And so I just win by the points I made here in the center, basically. So I even just let him have a lot of stuff at the end. I probably shouldn't have let him just have stuff at the end. Because he ended up getting a lot of points here, technically. Whereas if I just prevented him from getting those points, then, you know, it wouldn't have really mattered too much. And so I probably lost a little bit here. So I am going to look, I may not show you, but I am going to look at the graph really quick just to sort of see what it was saying. Make sure this is the most recent game. All right. Okay, so there was a time where they could potentially attack and be aggressive and try to win, and they just never did it. So let me see how this is going here. Yeah, I didn't need to play again. All right. Okay. So I guess I will show this just so you can sort of see. If I just don't play again, my group is already alive. I was fairly certain it was, but when you're fully enclosed and you can't read it out 100% clearly, you should always just play another move. I still felt good about the game. Playing this other move makes it more of an even game. And then I shouldn't be jumping off to the side here. I should just be running away and not worrying about anything. So just running some more, basically. If they do take the points on the side, it's not a big deal. We're just focused on breaking up the center. We're not really focused on breaking up the side. So I think the invasion idea may have even been slightly better, but that's what we're going for. But because they decided not to worry about the group, I just get to be very, very strong and get very far ahead and stay basically that same amount ahead throughout the rest of the game. But I think it's interesting. Defending your weak group when you don't need to is always sort of a bad thing. You shouldn't do that. All right. Okay. I don't think I was in that good of a mood for this game, but I'm going to upload it anyway. Hope you guys enjoy it. It was kind of an interesting game overall, but you might be able to tell that I wasn't necessarily in a good mood. I feel like maybe I should have played a higher rank, but I need to rank this account up before I can do that. So I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that might be.